Hello, everyone. I'm Euivin, the CTO of Line Yahoo. Thank you very much for being part of TechFest today. It's been almost 3 years since LY Corporation emerged. We've been shaping a new business vision suited for the time of AI, while also building a development culture as LY Corporation. We continued hosting Tech Week to foster the development culture. Tech Week is a week-long festival where engineers from both LY Corporation and Global Group join together to discuss about our technology and future. We place more weight on practical sessions this year. While we deliver selected sessions of TechVerse to our external partners, we also expand venues to experience a real project as a team member of AI-driven development through workshops. Together with Hack Day, we want to make it a week to learn, try, and build. In this keynote, we would like to introduce these 3 themes. LY Corporation AI Service, Agent I, and the technology that enables it, and LY Corporation AX. First, Agent I. AI is evolving at an astounding speed, but the ratio of regular AI usage in daily life is still at 16%. LY Corporation is trying to fill in this gap. LY Corporation already has Line Messenger service with more than 100 million users, and Yahoo search engine, media, commerce, and payment services, covering almost all functions needed in our daily life. We are going to turn these assets into agents. Agent I for individual users, and Agent I for business accounts now that has more than 100 million accounts. We are trying to evolve the user's daily AI experience to the next stage. First, about Agent I. Agent I is not simply turning functions into agents. It is to connect multiple agents to provide what is needed before it is searched by reading the intentions, not the keywords, thereby delivering the optimal convenience in all scenes in everyday life. That is the essence of Agent I. For companies, we will leverage LY Corporation's unique strength, mini app, and official accounts. We plan to provide the Line official account AI mode and Agent I the operational and highly analytical functions to all companies that has an official account, enabling them to incorporate AI functions into their own services. All companies connected to Line Yahoo can drive a DX. That's the environment we're trying to establish. Now, how can we make the existing business and services more convenient? Let's show a video. Let's say, for example, we have a Line Talk. Let's go and visit, have a look at Kizen. And we have a candidate date to go see the match. In the clip, we have a candidate date from our friend, but then we have a slow response from our friend. Now, Agent I will give a reminder so that the group can accommodate a date. And once the date is determined, it's been shared, and it's also registered in the official calendar. This makes our daily life much easier. Business account also have a new function like this. Hello, Oha-san. Thank you very much for all your patronage last month. How can we help you today? I would like to make a reservation for 4 on the 19th or 7 o'clock on the 19th of April. Well, 7 o'clock is already fully booked. We still have some room at 5 p.m. or 5:30 p.m. How would you like that? Let me confirm. 19th of April, Sunday, from 5 p.m. This is a table for 4. I'm sorry, can you change that to 20th? Yes, we can change it on the 20th from 5 p.m. Would you like to have a table for 4? Yes. Thank you. I think this will make your daily life much easier and more convenient. Now I would like to invite Namiki-san, who is in charge of AI platform, to share the current status of AI platform serving as the backbone of our services.
Hello everyone. I'm Namiki from the AI CPU in the CTO domain. You have just seen LINE Yahoo's new service, Agent I. It understands the user's intent and provides convenience. It is truly exciting, isn't it? Today, I will talk about the technical mechanism behind the scenes that make Agent I work. Today, the world is full of convenient AI frameworks and open source tools. However, simply wrapping these tools and placing them into our environment is not enough to build the enterprise-level platform we are aiming for. So today, I'd like to talk about how we are tackling these challenges. This is an overall picture of our AI agent platform. First, build and manage. It's a layer where agents are created and managed. This layer includes components such as Agent Builder, which enables users to launch agents easily even without specialists, and Agent Catalog, which manages what kind of agents are available. Next, Run and Orchestrate. It's a core execution layer. It safely and quickly runs many agents. It also finds the most suitable agent from among many candidates. Then it passes the user's past experience to that agent. The selected agent then performs tasks on your behalf. The platform also connects agents to various tools. By connecting them to Gen AI models and to the data held by each service, the agents can operate intelligently. Finally, the entire platform is supported by a foundation that controls quality and safety, governance, and observability. Today, I will focus on the essential components within this architecture organized around 3 pillars. So these are 3 pillars: democratized agent development, high-precision personalization, and governance. In this order, I will explain the design philosophy behind our platform and the technical challenges we take on. First, democratization of agent development. To rapidly create a large number of agents, democratizing development is essential. What we provide is a UI-based agent builder. On runtime, by simply defining prompt designs, the APIs to connect to, and the internal tools to use on the AI, users can deploy autonomous agents. Even people who are not AI specialists, such as planners, can launch an agent in a single day. Democratization here does not simply mean creating a UI that anyone can use. What is important is enabling people to quickly turn hypotheses into working forms and learn rapidly from real user reactions. To accelerate trial and error, At the same time, the more freedom we provide, the greater the risks around quality and security. Anybody can create, publish, and connect that can impact the quality and security. That is why Agent Builder and Runtime has governance and scalability built in. Being able to build quickly and being able to operate safely. Achieving both is the first challenge we had to solve as an AI agent platform. In fact, within just 2 months of release, more than 100 workflows have already been created. So the component that plays an important role in allowing agents created through Agent Builder to access internal data is MCP Hub. When agents access existing internal data and APIs, managing the connection path can be chaotic. That is why we built MCP Hub, fully adapting the latest Open Standard Model Context Protocol, or MCP. By consolidating them, it's easier to use from Agent Builder and governance is more thorough. MCP Hub has 3 major functions. The first is runtime, which runs MCP servers themselves in a scalable way. The second is gateway, which connects MCP servers already built in separate environment, and catalog, which visualizes what MCP servers are registered. Therefore, the MCP server providers can publish their servers on MCP Hub through simple procedures. Users don't need to write any complex authentication code. On the Agent Builder's UI, they can simply approve connections to the necessary MCP servers with a few clicks. Currently, more than 150 MCP servers are connected, and the Hub centrally monitors and controls all of them. By using MCP, it can standardize the connection interface. However, what we want to do is not just to provide MCP servers. What's important here is to make it possible for the platform to control the moment it's called. So which tools are being provided? Is it read-only, or does it include updates? Which agent is in what user context can call to what scope? And from agent perspective, maybe it's just calling the tool, but from the system, it includes various functions like authorization, schema validation, rate control, logging, retries, and fallback mechanism. In other words, MCP Hub is not only a catalog of servers, it is also the control plane for tool calling. Developers can use it without worrying about detailed authentication, implementation, or connection management. At the same time, the platform can track who has used which tool through which agent and with what permissions. This abstraction enables both no-code connection and enterprise-level governance. As more connectable agents use this, the next question becomes which agent should the task be assigned to. Instantly finding the agent best suited from a user's single utterance. The central routing is handled by Agent Router. We cannot afford to select an agent that does not match the user's intent, but if it's slow, the users may leave. Balancing accuracy and speed is therefore extremely important. A router interprets the context behind natural language and dynamically dispatches a request to the optimal agent. For a small group of agents, it may be enough to pass the user input and the list of agents to an LLM and ask which one's good. However, as the number of agents increases, this approach quickly breaks down. The reason is simple. Context length, latency, cost, and evaluation difficulty all increase at once. For that reason, Ryouta needs to be designed not as a single LLM call, but as a multi-stage search and decision pipeline. First, it uses metadata registered in the agent catalogs such as profiles, capabilities, and policies to quickly narrow down candidate agents. This can use not only keyword search, but also embedding-based semantic search. Furthermore, in production operation, we must continuously evaluate whether the correct agent was selected. Therefore, it can use different models for selecting candidates and deciding on the context. Also, we continuously evaluate if the correct agent was selected. Ryouta is not merely a dispatching logic. It is a core component that combines search, ranking, LLM reasoning, and online evaluation. It directly affects the overall experience quality of Agent I. So far, I have talked about the mechanism for creating, connecting, and selecting agents. Next, let us look at how the selected agent understands the user. This is a second pillar, high precision personalization. In order to realize the idea of another version of me, it is essential for the agent to remember the user. What supports this is a long-term memory. The interaction history between users and agents is summarized and compressed by the memory summarizer, then structured and stored in the memory bank. This is not merely a system for saving logs. It is a mechanism for keeping memory in a form that can be searched later and used in responses. Currently, an average of 7 memory entries are stored per user, and agents use this memory to return more personalized responses. However, the truly difficult part begins after memories are stored. Next, let us look at how those memories should be handled. If we think of long-term memory simply as a mechanism for saving past conversations, we miss the point. Just like human memory, just remembering everything doesn't lead to good experience. Temporary schedule, an old preference, a lifestyle habit that remains unchanged, and sensitive information. Each of these needs to be handled differently. For Agent I to truly become closer to another version of you, it must decide what to remember, what to update, what to forget, and what to protect. Moreover, we cannot put all remembered information into the prompt. We need to retrieve only the necessary memory at the necessary level of granularity at the necessary timing. This involves technical elements such as summarization, search, ranking, access control, and data protection. What matters in long-term memory is not the amount of memory. What matters is the ability to use meaningful memories safely. So what's meaningful to the users should be deployed safely and at the right timing. So that is the technical challenge that supports the high precision personalization. The next challenge is the memory aggregator. LINE Yahoo Corporation has many services, and we hold valuable data sets such as residential area, nearest station, and purchase history. The memory aggregator is a concept for aggregating this profile data and the long-term memory accumulated by each agent in real time at the moment the user speaks. We view this as a context engineering problem. The quality of an LLM response depends not only on model performance, but also heavily on what context is passed to the model at that moment and at what level of granularity. Of course, for example, long-term memory profile information and user history to the model, we cannot pass all of this all at the same time. We determine the context to inject into the prompt by considering factors such as relevance and other things, we need to decide which confidentiality needs to be applied. Therefore, we choose certain attributions and relevance, freshness, reliability, sensitivity, user consent, and the objective of the agent as we determine the context to inject. So here, using what memory is the most important factor, and by creating AI that can remember only what is necessary when it's necessary, we will deliver high precision personalization that only Line Yahoo can provide. So next we will speak on governance.
The first factor is cost control. A lot of our tasks are handled by general purpose large language models, but if several tens of thousands of agents continue using large models only, the cost and latency would be unsustainable. So what is needed then is model routing. It's extremely relevant, but it's not just simply sorting expensive and cheap models. Depending on the difficulty of the task, the necessity of inference, and the sensitivity of data, a requirement on latency and the cost limits. It's selecting the right model or at execution. Sometimes a small local model isn't good enough for sorting and regular conversion. But on the other hand, for all user IDs, very complex planning, maybe large models will be more suitable. When it's a very sensitive privacy information, it's important that we have a standalone environment on device and locally. Currently, we utilize OpenWay model for local models, but now we have the regional agents. We want high tuning models and have a system to evaluate the platform. From agent runtime perspective, this is routing. But it is a from a control layer to optimize cost, quality, and privacy at the same time from the entire platform perspective. The next factor about governance is the control of quality and policy. As tens of thousands of agents emerge, Agent Catalog acts as a hub to protect the order and quality of the platform. This is not a single list of agents. There is a policy in place to strictly control what could be connected to Agent I. Long-term memory would be shared with which agent, and Agent Catalog is the heart of the platform to centrally govern service down health check. The entire agent lifecycle is controlled here. The third factor is the guardrail to ensure the safety. Unlike conventional chatbot, AI agent will make decisions on behalf of the user, call tools, and take actions on external systems. The more convenient service is, the bigger the responsibility platformers shoulder. Malicious rewriting of prompts, contamination of personal information, response or actions deviating from users' intent, these risks could not be prevented by individual agent developer. And also to enable personalization, we are accumulating a lot of important data and leveraging them. AI is convenient, but on the other half, we see more black box. Can you leave to the black box an important system and important data? That is the reason why we incorporate 5 guardrails developed in-house. Prompt injection, masking of personal information, detection of harmful contents, and detection of off-topic contents, and information classification. What is important is not a one-time filter at the very end. It is the run control built into multiple sites of agent runtime by designing agent value. So that guardrails is not just a simple filter. It requires to be built into multiple sites of agent runtime. At the time of input, we need prompt injection and detection of harmful information. For tool calling, we need to understand whether there's any personal information or sensitive information contained. And at the returned value of the tool, or we want to make sure all that the personal information are removed. And also at the final response, we need to ensure there's no policy violation or off topic. So guardrail is a safety device outside of the model, but at the same time is a run control. What we built in-house is to enhance the quality and the safety of the AI agent platform. So as I mentioned, what truly drives Agent I is not the superficial AI experience. At the back end, there are development platform to agilely build agents, memory platform to understand the users more deeply, and governance platform to feel rest assured to leave the task to Agent I. We will create and deliver unconventional convenience in AI experience and wow by putting these together in one platform. Thank you very much. That was mostly it about the platform. Now I would like to turn to Euivin to talk about the AX plan. Thank you. Thank you very much, Namiki-san. As Namiki-san talked about the Line Yahoo LY Corporation's platform. Now I would like to talk about the AX challenges. For a new challenge in a new and small size environment, we can easily convert AI into our system. But when we have 30 years of legacy, more than 100 languages in our service, AX in a large scale is a totally separate story. I would like to talk about this conventional and universal complexity. How does LY Corporation face this challenge is the next topic I would like to share with you. In order to overcome the difficulties, LY Corporation have taken action strategically and progressively. We have a 5-step approach to AIX plan. We have a build and enable phase. And this year, we are moving to the next step, execution phase. We want to accelerate our effort for AX in our entire company. First, I would like to talk about the build and enable phase we have been working on. In order to make progress, we have created 37 large-scale cross-functional projects and split them into 3 groups. The first one is AI platform, and to prepare the in-house infrastructure for AI. The second one is to prepare an environment for AI ready. And last but not least is to develop the solution in the AI ready environment. So these are the 3 steps. Today, I would like to talk specifically about the environment for AI readiness. System and data and people. We want to ensure all 3 factors are ready for AI. We have turned the existing system to API and turned them into MCP. All system and data in Line Yahoo will be connected to AI. So we want to make AI a neurological network in our company. And through training, we want our human AI ready to foster AI native human workforce where all people, all human talents can fully utilize AI. Now we are moving toward the execution phase to accelerate our efforts. We have seen many cases boosting productivity by tens of times by leveraging AI. In CS, where AI could be rapidly deployed, we've seen phenomenal productivity gain, like 80% increase or more. But the execution phase I'm talking about is not simply a personal individual level or productivity gain, but to expand that to the organizational wide productivity gain, or otherwise implement not partial implementation of AI, but the entire company-wide implementation. So working from parts to the entire company, individual to organization. Now, first about the front line of challenges. Service production. The core of AX for service production is AI-driven development, and we've already seen a new lightweight service has quickly adopted AI-driven development. The significance does not lie here. The legacy service groups supporting tens of millions of users should be the target for the stable deployment. What's most important about the legacy is not the coding, it's the planning and the design phase. So therefore, LY Corporation is structuring legacy specification documents into AI-readable forms by domain or splitting large services to visualize dependency to make earnest progress in AI ready at a plan level.
We are also beginning to see some results from making these legacy systems AI-ready. Over the past year, the number of design documents structured for AI has increased by approximately 46 times. Additionally, the coverage of repositories that are ready for AI has reached about 15%. We're also steadily seeing productivity gains. Over the past year, in existing legacy services, AI-generated code has come to account for around 20% of the total code output. This year, as we move forward in earnest, we aim to raise this figure significantly. So I have spoken about the code output. However, to measure the true results of AX, we need more accurate and multidimensional indicators. That is why, starting this year, LINE Yahoo Corporation is using production lead time as a core metric. We plan to measure progress through a multi-dimensional framework that also includes AI utilization rate, QA quality index, and DORA metrics. Legacy processes exist not only in the production layer, but also in second layer processes such as security, privacy, legal, data compliance, and Gen AI governance. The lead time in these areas also accounts for a significant portion of the overall production lead time. We are therefore moving forward step by step with AX in these areas as well, starting with making them AI ready. First, the project is underway to visualize and integrate the overall second line process, with the first release scheduled for July. So this time we plan to transform approximately 30% of the overall processes through AX. As an initial result, we have confirmed that this can reduce overall lead time by about 13%. Going forward, we plan to gradually expand AX to the remaining systems. Now let's look briefly at our infrastructure area. In last year's keynote, we introduced Flavor, LINE Yahoo's private cloud platform that integrates and evolves the previous LINE Cloud and Yahoo Japan Cloud. Flavor has now been opened internally, and a phased migration toward FY 2030 is scheduled to move forward. Building on that, this year we are taking another step forward toward a cloud interface that AI agents can use safely. Having AI agents operate infrastructure is not simply a matter of issuing commands in natural language. So the premise changed fundamentally from only humans operate to both humans and agents become users. So the core question in this transition is not whether agents can operate, but it is how far we can safely delegate operations to AI agents. LINE Yahoo is building an environment to thoroughly verify agent permissions step by step as we move toward our next goal, AI native cloud. Finally, let me talk about security. As AI evolves, security risks are also increasing rapidly. In response, LINE Yahoo Corporation is comprehensively strengthening security across 3 axes. First, to use AI safely, we are creating an environment based on trust by design, including guardrails and agent permissions. And to build AI safely, security is involved from the early stages of development, and we are designing together from the beginning. We're also using AI to detect vulnerabilities in advance. And finally, to operate AI safely, we are strengthening security through global-level monitoring. At the same time, we are taking proactive measures by redesigning our infrastructure toward a zero-trust model. On top of that, we are working to create a safer environment through a cross-functional governance framework. I have covered a lot very quickly. So the details of these topics will be presented properly in the sessions that follow. So I hope you will stay with us and enjoy the sessions until the end. I believe many of you are excited about these new challenges while also facing difficulties. We feel the same way. Even so, LINE Yahoo Corporation will not fall behind the speed of change. We will make the most of AI, building on the assets and strengths that only LINE Yahoo Corporation has, and continue delivering the best possible services. By bringing together experiences, let us open up a new future together. Thank you very much for your attention.